Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Fanatic Sports Podcast. Special day. I got the home team with me today. Shout out to NORFside. It's some NORFside legends in here. In case y'all was wondering, in case you didn't know, thumbs up. Shout out my man Ride Out King Cotton. Shav, what up? Jamon, listen, man. Talk about some family that I go back with. I ain't gonna tell all the stories online because we all grown and saved now. But
go ahead. That's what the podcast is
about. Look, man, I'm only 40 and I know I done known these dudes probably 30, 35 years, man. It's crazy, but it's a pleasure to have all y'all on, man. I say it all the time during my podcast, and just in general, that's what this podcast came about from, is being able to hang out and friends with dope people who do dope things, and so then we getting to show that to the world, and that's my favorite part about this podcast. So it's a pleasure to have y'all on, man. Pleasure to have each one of y'all with us, and then of course we do have the angry Puerto Rican. Let me start off by saying before we get started that the New York Knickerbockers is the greatest basketball program in the world.
Let's go Knicks.
Thank you. Yo, man, there was something about that, man. There was something about that just touched my heart.
Yeah, whatever, man.
I just want to say, man, that was a great introduction to who I am. I am a New York Knicks fan. I am a Knickerbocker. I am a 2-0 fan over a 61 team Boston Celtics.
Yes, sir.
I just want to say that.
That's a fact.
It's absolutely true.
We.
So I won't argue that, because you remember you and I played Pretender and Contender at the beginning of the around the middle of the season. And one of the things that we talked about, and we're gonna get into our show, but I will be the first to admit, I said that Tibbs didn't know what he was doing anymore, and that he didn't know how to work his rotations. He put them young boys in the other night, and I think they were down 16 or something at that point when he put them young boys in, and all that energy, they just came back. And I walked outside for 10 minutes on the phone. I come back inside and I was like, it's 89. What's going on? I gotta hats off to Tibbs for finally figuring it out. I wish he would have figured this out 10 years ago before he ruined D Rose's career. But hats off, because look, I had already had my speech ready, just so y'all know. I already had my speech ready. I was finna light in the ant. Because I was like, I told y'all down 20, y'all ain't good. I had to hush it up. I got it in my back pocket for later on, but but look, to fight back down 20 points twice in the same series, it say a lot about the Celtics. It say a lot about
on the
Knicks.
road.
It say a lot about right. So this gonna be a dog fight all the way through. I figure it's probably gonna go 6 or 7.
But I don't know. I mean, it might go 4-5 though.
Hey,
I don't know about no 4-5, man. Look, I think Game 3. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Game 3, and I sent this to Blocker last night after the game. I said, man, I don't know. Y'all ever work in a restaurant? Y'all know, you work in the kitchen and y'all got muscle memory, so you know where things are, how things are going. Yeah. It's like the Celtics playing basketball. The muscle memory is the only thing they know is to shoot threes.
Right.
And I hate saying that because they're a great team. They just won. They just came off a championship run.
Right.
Yeah. But they're not looking like a championship team.
Yeah, they're not looking like a champion team.
One thing that I noticed yesterday, after when they was doing the press conferences, you hear Porzingis get in the background and he says, I'm not sure I'm there. I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
You got a guy who's literally telling you in a press conference after losing, after being up, but losing the game, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's up with myself. You don't lost. Your heart is taken.
Yeah,
and your heart has to be taken. You're up by 20.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying it might go 4 or 5.
They might barely get 5, right?
Who gonna win the next game?
The Celtics, Boston does not look like Boston right now. And I hate to say that because, like you said, I think they're a great team. I think they're a championship team. They've shown they're a championship team all year by their record. But right now, as presently constructed, they lost 2 20-point games back to back.
Yeah,
that's not championship basketball.
20-point leads. Yeah.
Is it that they're playing bad basketball?
I tend not to be at the moment. You know what I'm saying? But they don't look good right now, man.
So they don't. They definitely don't look good. And you know, to piggyback off what you just said, you know, you can't lose 2 games in a row like that. You know,
at home.
That's the thing. In your home.
Yeah,
your home.
Right.
Like, you know, and I get that, but I know game 3 is going to be a different game. Look, man.
Absolutely.
It better be, or it's going to get ugly.
I sent this to Blocker. I said, here's some bulletin material. TNT had the nerve to post that that playoff teams who have won on the road twice in a row are 85.7% chance of winning the series.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. It's 85.7. Please tell me that the Celtics don't have that on their bulletin. And they will get everything the first 3 quarters. I guarantee they're not going to do the same thing. And I'm a huge Knicks fan, but they're not going to do the same thing they did in the last 4th quarter. I guarantee you. I'm actually going to call it, and here's my angry hot take. Tatum goes off for like 40, 45 points in that game.
No, the postseason is a different season, man.
Yeah, you're right.
Right? So whatever a player is in the preseason, whatever he is in the regular season, that's not the postseason. And Tatum has difficulty. When he last night, I'm watching. I was telling, so I was like, listen, look, Tatum, I want to watch what Tatum does. Watch what this is a big moment. It's the playoffs.
Right.
He needs to hit a shot. The way he almost lost the ball and then got his shot. You know what I mean? Got his shot blocked. He lived up to just what I said. I'm like, Tatum is this in the playoffs. So them not getting those 2 at home, man, they're in trouble, man.
But here's the thing, Keyshawn. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
So Tatum has had big games in the playoffs because they just won.
Yeah, that's true.
He has had big games in the playoffs. But the thing is, when Tatum is not playing good, usually Brown is playing good, and that makes up for the team aspect of it. Neither one of them are playing good right now.
Brown got to grow. He got to grow his braids back. That's why he ain't
trade.
Whoa.
Hey, you don't do that. You don't do that right before the playoffs. You don't do that.
We're not doing that. First off, we're not doing that tonight. We're not doing that tonight. We're not doing that tomorrow. We ain't doing that right now. I don't care that dude injured. Get out there, hobble yourself out there in the court, regardless, whatever you played with, whatever injury. Look, we watched Kobe Bryant do it. We watched Allen Iverson do it. I don't want to hear nothing. This is your team. This is what you fighting for. If you ain't out there fighting for your team, giving 110%, don't step on the court. Go ahead and do what a Buddy Hield did the other day and put on the wrong shorts. Go ahead and do that.
He shot put on the wrong man.
Wait, but Butler has something to do with that, though, right? Butler has something to do with that, though, right?
They were pranking each other?
No, we calling him Butter. Buddy's name is Butter.
I don't like.
I'm not calling no grown man Butter. I'm sorry.
I ain't calling no grown man Butter.
I'm not gonna do that one. I ain't gonna do that.
No, nope. I take that back. I take that back.
Like Coach Butter.
In college, in college, it was a cat named Butter. Well, but not Butter. You know what I mean? Butter. I don't know. You gotta leave the ER off. You right?
Right.
Yeah, I get it. His name was Butter. That's basically what it was, man.
Yeah, that's a little bit too
short for Butler.
Yeah, okay. That's a little bit too specific for me.
All right, so look, we off to a good start, man. But look, I gotta say thank you. So joint podcast with the Court Chronicles from the North. My guys at the NORFside. So we call this the Fanatic Sports Podcast. Fanatic is the long term for fan. Most fans are crazy, they're excited, and that type of passion. We want that, man. So tell me, we can go around the table, man. Whoever want to go first, tell me how you kind of landed on your favorite team, or like Keyshawn, I know you were right out playing some college sports. Tell me about how you ended up at the college that you played at. Talk a little bit about your fandom and your alma maters and where you come from.
Go ahead, right out.
Well, for me, I've always been a fan of the game, man. I think I started playing like in 6th grade at Pikeview. I was a little, kid, just kind of hooped with the Boys and Girls Club. So I've always been a fan of it, you know what I'm saying? Then segue there from Ridge Road, on through high school and everything, man. But my main team was the Razorbacks. I've always been a Razorback fan. I was having a conversation with a guy earlier about the Mario credits, the Mayberries and the Todd Days and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man. So that was a fun time for me, man. And I got the opportunity to play college ball. I don't know if you all are familiar with Itawamba Community College, but it's about 15 minutes from Tupelo. It's in Mississippi.
Okay.
Played there for a couple of years, man. Transferred back on to Henderson State as a junior. I played there for a year. Had my complications with that. That's another story, another time to talk about. But like I just spoke earlier, I was a big fan of Razorback, so I decided to come up here and just try to walk on everything up here. That wasn't in the cards for me. And just made it my home, man. So I've been here since then.
Yeah, that was what you came up here in 2001, 2002?
I came up here in 2000.
2000. Okay. Yeah, man. Legend.
You're a fan of Mark. Who you a fan of?
Man, I'm a fan of basketball, man. I don't really. I just like I said, it's just a game for me. You know what I'm saying? I love to see some, good ball movement.
So who's the guy that you emulated the most playing while you were playing?
That's a good question.
I had my favorite player was Corliss Williams, man.
Yeah, Big Nasty.
Okay.
That was my favorite player.
Fundamentals.
Say what now?
I said fundamentals.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Big fan. I won the 34 and everything, man.
Yeah.
Just collegiate. Man, I was a big fan of Razorback then. I'm a big fan of Joe Johnson as well, man.
Yeah, ISO. Yeah, shout out ISO Joe. That was he was another legend, man. Great.
He getting a lot of love right now.
Yeah.
Right. I got a question for you, man. So you talk about your love for the Razorbacks and stuff like that. I gotta ask you, do you would you rather poster someone or would you rather a game-winning steal?
That's a great question, man.
That is a good question.
Let's see where you
well,
all right, so look, I can
say game-winning steal, bro. I didn't post it.
That's big.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I like the game-winning steal. Like that blocking the shot. I didn't have experience both of those, so I would say that game-winning steal.
Yeah, Mark got bunnies, so he done dunked on a couple people. I've dunked on one person in my entire life. So if
you ain't dunked on no one,
yes, I have.
Who was passing you the ball, Harden?
No, you ain't go there.
Actually, I'll tell you exactly how it happened. I got the rebound and I was looking at the outlet. It was all covered. I just started pushing it. And I ran up the court, and it was this little point guard. He was about 6'1". This was in the hyper. This ain't real basketball. I ain't dunked in no real game. But I took off with my left hand, and I closed my eyes, to be honest with you. And, and when I opened it back up, the whole hyper was in disarray. They was like, "Did you just dunk on him?" I was like, "I guess I don't." I hit him with the Jordan. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly didn't even know what had happened. So if you asking me if I get to answer that question, I'm telling you I'd rather dunk on somebody. That don't happen enough for me.
Them hyper days are so crucial though. Them hyper days, boy.
Oh yeah.
I miss those days playing in the hyper.
Man, that was a different time, bro. Especially in the early 2000s when the football and basketball team wasn't scared to come in the hyper. That's a scary time. Right. So what about you, Shav? Who your favorite team, bro?
I'm a Lakers fan, but
okay.
really, my fan started with
sorry.
Go Go ahead.
No, I heard Lakers. My fault.
Oh, okay. Mr. New York Knicks.
Yeah.
So really, honestly, I'm a LeBron fan. So I root for whoever he plays for.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying? So now, so Luka Doncic is my second favorite player.
Oh, you in heaven then.
Luka is in LA.
Hey, Jamon, he about to pass out. Hey,
what injury you like the most?
Hey,
Which what?
Hey.
I said, what injury you like the most?
You know what I'm saying? So I see myself as a Lakers fan now. Luka gonna be in LA for a long time to come.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh yeah, they're gonna lock him in.
I find myself a resident Lakers fan, but yeah, man, I've been hooping all my life. I kind of started like in 6th grade, like Mark right out did. Played through high school. Tried to walk on to UAPB, but I was in a different place in life. Kind of lost a little love for the game around that time. So I had some personal stuff going on. So that didn't work out, but I kept playing ball. I kept playing intramural ball, and even right now today, I play in the men's league right now.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying.
That's what's up.
You know what I'm saying. So I love hooping, man. I've been hooping. Hooping is probably my, next to my wife and God, hooping is probably my next favorite thing.
Yeah,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Yo, I got a question for you and Showtime real quick, man.
Okay.
You guys are talking about you guys kind of both of y'all both said it at the same time in just different ways. Y'all talking about how you guys lost the passion or the love for the game that you guys actually grew up playing.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about how that has actually been something in your life that still keeps it constant, where you can shed the same teachings you have grown up on, being able to share with the next person.
Absolutely. So for me, because I was going through something personal in my life while I was in college, I sort of kind of lost the attraction to watch it. You know what I'm saying? When I lost the attraction to watch, I lost the attraction to playing it. You know what I'm saying? So basically, actually, when Michael Jordan retired, that's kind of when it happened. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan retired. I wasn't a big Kobe fan. I'm not gonna lie. Wasn't a big Kobe fan. Kobe was a good player, a great player. Still love him, respect him a lot. Wasn't a big fan of his though. So I just kind of, I was going through some shit, lost kind of love for it, kind of fell out of love for the basketball game. And then honestly, LeBron James, I saw him when he was 16 on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Wow.
And I started following him. And I said, you know what? Whenever that dude gets to the NBA, that's gonna be my favorite player. You know what I'm saying? So ever since he kind of brought me back to the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love LeBron so much. That's why my passion for the game is what it is, because LeBron kind of brought me back to the game. You know what I'm saying? And kind of made me realize how much I did love the game and how much I love LeBron and other players. I mean, I love everybody. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can go down a list of great players I respect, that I follow. You know what I'm saying? LeBron's obviously my favorite, but I love all players. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but he was kind of key in bringing me back to the game and me rekindling my love affair for basketball. And ever since then, man, it's been on tilt. You know what I'm saying? Like I live and breathe basketball. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
As long as they're not the Clippers, right?
What's that?
As long as they're not the Clippers.
No.
This whole podcast, this whole podcast gonna be at some point. Every time y'all talk, if I can talk so much shit, excuse my language, another $1 in this swear jar. If I want to talk shit about the Clippers fans and the Clippers, I'm doing it because that man owes me, and he's gonna get this royal treatment of bashing of how I feel about those Los Angeles Clippers, or should I say Los Angeles Fakers?
First of all, it's baseball season, so I don't know why you're talking about the Clippers anyways.
No, sir, we're in the NBA Finals, sir. No, sir, we are on our way to the NBA Finals.
You know who's not on their way to the NBA Finals?
I agree.
The Los Angeles Lakers.
So
to answer Blocker's question on I was always a football fan anyways. You know what I mean? I grew up, it was football. I played all three sports, was always in all three sports. My pops was a 2-sport athlete. He went to Tech. And so, you got a coach as a father.
Yeah.
You're going to do whatever, it is. And his father, was military. So, it's just, it's in the blood. So, I was in football and track. He was my track coach. He was my football coach. Well, he was my basketball coach. He coached my other brothers in football. But so it kind of started there, man. As youngest of 4 older athletes, 2 of which all played collegiate sports. The 2 brothers next to me, Khan, God rest his soul, and Kareem. Kareem played at Frank Phillips in Texas. Khan played at Idaho, and then at Southeast Missouri. So was always going to be into basketball. Definitely got some teachings and basketball tutelage from him, but just didn't continue to do it. Like when you're playing all 3, it's like once you get into like 9th grade, you make a decision.
Make a decision, right?
You make a decision, like which one you're gonna work on. And man, I remember I was this close right out to playing for East Side, and I remember I was down there while they were practicing on the other end and this, and I was just like, what I'm doing? I'm getting ready to go to the weight room. I'm not, you know what I mean? I'm done. I'm concentrating on football. So, and then Cotto, of course, he played for the Razorbacks. Actually, he played receiver. He was there from like 90, 91, and 95. He played receiver. He also played for the Chiefs and the Eagles. That's why I'm a Chiefs. That's a part of me being a Chiefs fan.
Okay. Oh, okay. So that's why you're a Chiefs fan.
Okay.
That's a part of it. That's a part of it. Yeah, he played for the Chiefs and the Eagles. So and then my oldest brother was a track athlete at then Old Main. Or whatever. So it was athletes all in the family.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Hey, you what you call the Mexican athlete. Right? Like, you know how you got Mexicans that come out of cars and they be like 7 of them that all in like a bulldog car. Your whole family just that's what that is.
Hey,
whole family, yeah. The whole family, yeah.
Hey, but
that's
being
dope,
the youngest though, and being the youngest though, you get a lot of lessons with that, right?
And I bet you there's a lot of competition.
And you got and that's where you do build that confidence, and that's where you do like Shador. Shador is that way because look at who his father. Like it's in his family. It's in his
the bloodline.
You're gonna have to be that way in order to step out the door and do anything. Because when you come back home and you underperform, you're gonna get it, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, so I definitely, would have that instilled in me through, having to always compete and such with the bros. But back to the sports aspect of it, played, of course, from little boy, but I'm talking about Pop Warner on up. Man, I can even remember, shout out to Jimmy and them, they would be playing on the field, just before we were playing on the field in Pop Warner, man. You know what I mean? Like so it's just like from Pop Warner to Rose City to then North Little Rock, of course, and went to A-State where I walked on. I went to a lot of camps before because I didn't get a lot of exposure in high school, and that's that's another story,
That we could have a whole nother episode just on how bad Arkansas has been for 3 decades.
Right. And so, got the chance at A-State, but still, earned my scholarship, started 3 of the 4 years, even started a year not on scholarship, right? Because it was just like once you show up to a place, I always had the mindset of what happened in North Little Rock happened in North Little Rock. Who I am as an athlete and a football player, you get you another chance, right? And so once I showed up, as a freshman benching 225 18 times and running the football, was already ready. You know what I mean? As an athlete, passing the condition test, doing all of that, and Mike Tomlin happened to be one of the coaches at the time at 26 years old, right? And so he was the one that gave me the opportunity to have my first start, right? It's about having that guy there that see, oh no, I want that guy right there.
Yeah,
You're
give
right.
you that opportunity.
Oh, man, it's like, man, there's so many athletes that hadn't got a chance because they didn't get the right person in their corner. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's always that close to you having somebody that can relate to you and that believe in you, you know what I mean? Or somebody that's looking at you and they hating on you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know, it was you know, so able to get that, getting the starting lineup and do that. And I've always been definitely always been a Chiefs fan with that. And Primetime was one of my favorite players. Deion Sanders, Barry Sanders, the list goes on. So you know, I was, you know, watching a lot of football as a youngster, man. But you know, right now is go Chiefs, man. You know what I mean?
Hey man, so you talk about you know, being in a lineage of, you know, athletes in your family. So who was more competitive? I have to ask, who was more competitive, your mom or your dad?
Pops, 100%.
Yeah.
Pops, 100%. Yeah, he just, you know, coming from the era that he grew up in as a black man, he you know, you could feel that, you could see that, you could understand that. And so he, you know, everything. Hey man, my pop's so competitive. I went back to the house. You know, like it was about about 2015 or something like that when I first, you know, when they first moved into this house, and you know, we all got different grills and such. Me, him, and Con. And this man ran out there and was like, whether you like it or not, it's a competition, son. This man wanted to compete.
Oh, grilling.
Man, I just want to grill. You know what I mean? Like, man, this man, hey, he gave me a shoulder check. You know, I'm like, hey, well, it's a competition. I said, man, this dude is competitive over chicken wings, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So of course it's gonna be Pops hands down, man. It's Pops hands down. But so yeah, man, and so started as a cornerback at A-State, man. Played safety too. So I played safety, strong safety, free safety. Played every position, you know, you could think of, man.
Which was your favorite? Which was your favorite spot?
Safety, man, and actually strong safety.
Strong.
Because I like the run game, man. I don't know what it was. I like to be involved in the run game. I like to
give that box.
Yeah, man. Blitz. Hey, and believe it or not, I know some my
the keyword strong safety with your
that's what it is.
Strong. Hey, and it's the thing though. I was just I get at my biggest, I was 5'10", 210. You know what I mean? Okay. Like at my biggest, but again, I bench press 365 and you know ran a 446 and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Squat 430.
Say that again, Keyshawn. How much you bench press?
Man, I bench press 365.
Put that thing up.
Look, at 100. Hey, listen, bench press that was when I was 190. Like
how much you weigh now? How much you weigh now?
Man, right now I'm 190.
190. Okay.
I'm the exact same weight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the exact same weight. And
Can you do it again?
365? 365? Man, that shit'll go through my chest. Shit, no. Hey, wait. Hold on. Let me rephrase that. To bench that much weight, like that's something you gotta practice. Like I can still do 225, you know, I can still throw that up, and you know, the workout is still with close to 260. Well, no, it's not even worth. No, I can't. You can't do 365 right now. You got to work on doing 365. I just
build up to that.
Yeah, right, I stay with the 225 plus just to still keep the strength and endurance. Like I was having to go and hit people that were 6'5", you know, 300 pounds. Like you know what I mean. So it's just like at that time you had to be 210. And you had when you came, you had to have some kind of force on somebody else 365. Let them know. Hey, the old lineman came and it was like, shit, it hurt us just as much as it hurt you. You know? Hey, they all said they couldn't stand seeing me coming to blitz. You know what I mean? Because it's just, you know, you coming and you gonna have to buck up. And that was back when there wasn't no concussion.
And back when you was 210, right?
Hey, listen, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Every bit, yeah, absolutely. When they put me in safety, I'm like, no, I'm not going in there lighting the ass. I ain't doing that. I'm not playing safety light. You know what I mean? But no. So they, you know, it hurt them just as much as they both feel it, man. You know, that's so right. Safety was, was aggressive. I liked it as the aggressive thing, but played against some good receivers, man. Brandon Stokely. Played against Brandon Stokely. Another kid, Booker, that went to the Bears. Playing against him, but we played against Ryan Clark, Booker McFarland.
Okay, y'all play LSU.
Yeah. Eli Manning.
A-State was pulling a lot of them checks from the SEC schools. Yeah, so that's a dog fight. You in there getting
Phillip Rivers when he was a freshman
at North Carolina State.
Yes, sir. LaDainian Tomlinson was the one though. LaDainian Tomlinson came to A-State.
You played against him?
And we actually we played against LaDainian Tomlinson twice.
Wow.
Hey, after I played him, I said, "Hey, that's the best running back I've ever seen. Best running back I've ever, man. The first time he touched the ball, he went for 80. The first time he touched it, he went for first touch.
Hey, the goal of a defender is not to let them get past like the line.
I give you a funny story on that, man. I'm gonna give you a funny story on that. Like I'm starting going like the whole week, like it is what it is, and then T. Fuller, who was another good corner on our squad out of Conway. Like right before the game, coach was like, "Hey, we're gonna go with Fuller first." And then, listen, brother, family, everybody there, Con, and then was in the locker room. We crossed, and I'm like, "What?" They ran it right to his side for 80, so I wasn't in there. So then, dude, they was up 21-0. They were up 21-0 in the first quarter. No lie. Once they put me in, they scored 3 points. We lost 21-24. Everybody like, man, white. And, hey, listen, it was a wrap once we got it. Now, that doesn't mean once I got in there, LaDainian Tomlinson didn't keep doing it. What I said,
you playing against a man-child, man. That's what you're going against.
Absolutely. But no, so that's it on the football, man. Of course, I'm a Knicks fan and been a Knicks fan just real quick.
Yes, sir. Hey.
Salute.
Here we go.
Salute.
Here we go.
Hey, listen, man. I ain't gonna even say that, but
I wear this hat so I can hide the reflectors on top of my head,
y'all. From Patrick Ewing, man, from being a big Patrick Ewing fan back in the day.
You've been a Knicks fan since Patrick Ewing back in the day?
Hey, man, I remember when he got drafted. Right, like I remember when Pat Ewing got drafted. I'm old.
You remember when John Starks yoked on MJ then, huh?
Man, I remember when John
he didn't even dunk on MJ. Y'all don't quit that shit, man.
I knew somebody would get sensitive about that. I knew somebody would get sensitive about that when I said this shit.
Y'all don't quit that.
Hey, but what did Scottie Pippen do the very next series, though? Hey, well, what did Scottie Pippen do the very next series?
Man, that was very.
Didn't he stand over him?
He walked over him.
It was very disrespectful, sir.
Yeah. He yoked on his ass.
Now, hey man, we don't let y'all get the shine, but I guess this guy, Mr. Showtime over here, he gotta give me some stories. He over here smoking a cigar, looking all cool, like he playing poker. I definitely want to hear some stories.
He fancy. Talk to him.
Man, first of all, thank you guys for having us on, man. Definitely a privilege and an honor. Man, I just like,
thank you.
Yeah, I just like sports, man. Basketball is my first love. I'm an actual Laker fan. The Forum, High Side,
I'm getting off here.
I'm a Laker fan.
AC Green fan.
No. He about to tell you he a Lottie Divock or Nick Van Exel.
Man, nah. I mean, I like Magic Johnson. Even though Magic would just get a haircut with no line. You know,
no shape to it whatsoever.
Man, no yape up. No yape up, just a cut. Just a cut. Yeah, then
get up. You only get no line.
man. So Laker fan, like I said, my Kobe was my favorite player. Just kind of, he was around our age. So I like Kobe. Right now, I would probably say my favorite player is Anthony Edwards.
Okay. It's hard not to like that young man.
I'm so glad you didn't say LeBron James.
Yeah. No.
Right.
Oh
no.
Oh.
I look, respect LeBron. He just not.
He got you all the ring.
He just not my favorite player. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look.
Guy.
Excuse me, but that actual ring in the bubble. There's an asterisk next to that championship.
Would it be an asterisk if the Knicks had won the championship?
Hell no.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Okay, so what are you saying? You saying the bubble? You saying the bubble didn't count?
Nope.
Okay.
That was
Why
like
not?
that was like the hardcore championship in WWE.
I will say crowd does play a factor in pressure and performance, but
could you imagine playing in 2020 on a football field with nobody?
It does, but so when there's not the fans and everything, people should be more relaxed, right? So you should get the best of the best of the best more consistently, right?
Practice at that point.
Just practice the best of the best of the best more consistently, right? So you know,
that's
so
why you hit
a
a 50-point game.
But at the same time too, though, some people need that crowd to get that energy out of it. It's such a double-edged sword. It's such a double-edged sword.
If your name wasn't Jimmy Buckets or Lou Williams, you wasn't making the dime in the bubble, man. They were selling wine to each other.
Right. Lou Will didn't go to the bubble. Didn't Lou Will?
Nah, he got in trouble.
Oh, that's right. He got in trouble for sneaking out to the club.
Hey, that's what messed
Lou.
Yeah.
He went to the club. He said, "All right, man, I'm gonna go hang out."
Hey, for what it's worth, there is some good chicken wings out there. That's all I'm.
Nah, but Showtime.
Yeah.
Showtime, man. You play any sports or?
Basketball. I didn't play in college, but I played all. I mean, growing up, Redwood.
We were on the same team in the 6th grade. Me and him were on the same. Me and in 6th grade. Me and him on the same team.
Talk about how you got the name Showtime.
So, that's a good question, man. So, going to the boys' club. The crazy thing is, Michael Warren gave me that name. Yeah. I was always young, playing with the older kids. And he just said, "Man, he finna put on the show." And they just started calling me Showtime.
Yeah.
So that's how I got that name. My football team, diehard Eagle fan. I became an Eagle fan.
Yo, what you got me? Hold on, Blocker. What you got me in here right now, bro? What's up? What's up, man? So
one day y'all can be as good as the Eagles.
Yo, 2 weeks ago we had a dude from New York, so Blocker felt our numbers. So you go ahead and bring your homies over here. Now I got Laker fans, I got Eagle fans. Like, what's going on here?
Yeah, man, I became an Eagle fan, man. I just remember Randall Cunningham had a white with the Kelly Green. That was the first black quarterback I saw, and I was a fan ever since.
Yeah, he had a turtleneck too.
That's real. That's real.
Turtleneck, boy. He'll take off on you, man.
Boy.
Hey, I low key like the Eagles was like I said, my brother played for them cats when McNabb first came in.
Okay.
As a rookie, okay, bro, always talking about when him and McNabb was on the plane shooting dice. That's all. It was McNabb back there shooting dice, but definitely been an Eagles fan. And Dawkins probably one of my all-time favorite players. Like Brian,
Daryl Dawkins.
Brian
Dawkins.
I know you. I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah. Nah. Go ahead, so finish up.
Yeah. So, man, I always, like I said, sports, man, we always going back and forth about, some game or some player, Shafts Infinity for LeBron James.
He got a little fence. Well, hey, whenever you say, hey, yeah, man, he was 16 and I seen him on the magazine sweating. I seen him on the front of the magazine sweating. And I said, damn, I'm going to follow him. Hey, I was over. I said, man, what do I say to this? I don't know how to take that in today's.
He's going to the NBA.
He was sweating and he was on the front of the magazine of Playboy.
Keyshawn, you just gonna add some words there, some shit that I need to say.
He was sweating. You know that I'm going to add two. That's storytelling. You gotta tell the story. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you. He added context to that story though. Like that was great.
He said, damn. He was on the front of the magazine, but no.
Yeah, I ain't got no dunk stories, but I was the king of slapping board.
Yeah.
Hey, Showtime. Hey, you slapped the boy angry too, goddammit.
No,
man.
I mean, you slapped the boy like man.
That's funny. Slapping the boy was the shit, man. That's so fun. With or without the ball, just slap the board.
Hey, sometimes it be two hands too, like
oh yeah.
No, two hands with the
Oh man.
Hey, listen. Hey, nothing more beautiful than
next thing to a dunk.
That's what it is.
Than a two-hand block.
Two hands
more beautiful than a two-hand.
The two-hand snatch block. Yeah,
bro,
man.
That's why I like that LeBron block so much on Iguodala, man. That's like a pin. Hey, he went up there, sprayed Windex on the damn.
When the hell did this show become the LeBron show?
He ain't got that shit.
Hey, all I heard,
he ain't got that shit.
All I heard was. Hey man, hey listen, no, ain't nothing better than somebody pinning somebody's shit to the board. I remember that, Tremont. You won't just come. You put some emphasis with it too, boy. Man. Especially since it's like you couldn't dunk, so you just slapped the shit out the board.
Hey, bro. Hey, I've been that rail line showing up.
Yo, that's the disrespectful thing you could do.
Yeah, it was.
Hey,
like you can't dunk. You're like, hey man, I can't dunk, but I can sure smack the hell out that ball. That ball ain't going in.
Right.
But y'all ain't heard nothing. Y'all remember we used to have the long socks, but we roll them so they look like footies.
No, you don't gotta roll them. You don't gotta roll. Which way you rolling? You rolling them from the top all the way down, or you rolling the top over the foot?
You going top under?
Going under the foot?
It's a pullback. It's a pullback. Hey, wondering why our feet hurt at the end of the day.
Hurt.
Bunched up at the bottom.
Like, God damn.
Hey, shit, bunched up at the bottom. Like, man, why do I got a bruise under my damn foot?
Feet looking like, I ain't gonna lie. Feet looking whiter than the sky. Showtime's picture back right now.
He ain't got no circulation in him.
Them kids was sweating.
What? Say what, Sham? Don't tuck your laces in there.
He ain't got no circulation in him.
No, he ain't got no circulation in him, man. All kinds of feet trouble.
No wonder we could roll our ankle. I ain't gonna lie. No wonder you can roll your ankle and never feel it.
Man.
Until you took your socks and shoes off, goddammit.
Boy.
Bro, you had your ankle was the size of like a golf ball. You ain't even realize you out there shooting. Been out there 5-6 hours.
Man.
All right, man, take these shoes. Oh God, I can't walk.
Time to break out the Epsom salt then.
Boy, yeah,
that Epsom salt, bro. I had to pull something out for my son the other day. He didn't even know what it was about, bro. That was, you get that warm water and that Epsom.
How old is your son? How old is your son?
My son is 15, and so he plays soccer. That's the
sport.
Athlete, man.
All
that running and doing.
Sport.
Yeah.
That is a sport, Blocker.
So actually, so shout out to his coach in the Essential Flight. So his head coach, Coach Kevin, is a black man, and I don't know that he actually played soccer, but he just got involved with it because one of the things about soccer is there's a lot of opportunity and connection and network that comes from the sport of football. It's a worldwide sport where there's a lot of opportunity, and so it's really dope that he's giving young, particularly black kids, but brown and black kids, the opportunity.
Hey, Showtime, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Showtime, you out there fishing?
Hey, it looks like you on the lake, don't it?
It sure do look like you in the boat right now, just chilling.
man. Nah, I got a rooftop, man.
Oh,
hey, that's big living. Listen,
there's even water behind you.
I told you, these some NORFside legends, bro. You gotta. They all live legendary lifestyles, man. We amongst the rich and famous, if you will.
Hey, somebody screenshot that. It really look like he in the water.
Man, listen. I swear I thought there was water, but I'm like, hold on. I'm not gonna say.
Listen,
hold on.
I was certain you was in front of some water.
Hey, listen, I swear I thought the same thing. But then I seen this chair right here, and I'm like, man, I ain't finna ask, man.
Hey, I'm not. Hey, don't get it twisted. I ain't afraid to ask questions right now. I ain't afraid to ask questions. I just had to ask because this sure looked like he was in the water, like he was just sitting back. Because man, you remember when we first got on, the phone kept moving and dropping. And I was like, man, this guy gotta be in the boat.
Yeah.
The phone was upside down. We were sitting here looking like this, and this is how we having the conversation. Yeah, nah, man, it looked like you was in the water, man. Wow, sorry, I don't mean to cut you off, Blocker.
No, you're good. So tell us about the podcast. How did y'all get into? I know I've seen y'all going live quite a few times, and just wanted to check it out and see what's going on. Tell me a little bit about the pod, how y'all got started on that.
Go ahead, ride out.
Well, man, it just all started like this basic conversation.
Yeah,
I've been knowing Shaft since kindergarten, Tremont since third grade. Been knowing Keyshawn for a while ourselves, and we just kind of sat around and just talking about it. It's one of those things, man, that you just get tired of talking about. And Tremont just like, hey, we're gonna go ahead and make this, we're gonna go ahead and put this in motion. We got something going on. We're gonna try to see what's happening.
Yeah.
And Shaft said, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And here it is, man. It's basically just trying to keep the city together because the only time that we would see each other, we was sending somebody off,
Mm-hmm.
Other words, the funeral and stuff like that. So we just want to kind of something we can keep close knit, man. I guess it was a good thing during that COVID time, and we figured out how to do stuff like little Zoom calls like this. We can get here and just kind of chop it up and reminisce a little bit and stuff like that. So ever since then, man, we've been going well. And Keyshawn he was one of the guests on one of our shows, and one of our things is when we do have guests on our podcast, we like to always include them. It's like anytime, we have a pod, if you want to join, just come in and give somebody their flowers, then we'll invite you at any time. So
love that.
His family is one of those perennial names when it comes to speaking about North Rock. So we all agree that we can't talk about North Rock, we can't talk about Keyshawn. So that's here we all agree, man.
Let me piggyback off of that. We wanted to basically give people their flowers while they're here.
That's what's up.
We talk about a lot of people, who've gone on and moved on, and we absolutely give them their flowers. But we wanted to focus on giving people their flowers while they're here. So that's why we talk about, guys from North Little Rock so much because there's so many forgotten players, so many forgotten names, so many forgotten athletes from North Little Rock that came through the ranks that people just forgot about. You know what I'm saying? So we wanted to make sure to give them their flowers, let them know that we're thinking about them, how much we appreciate them, how much they are valued in the North Little Rock hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? So that was the focus of our podcast.
That's really dope.
you know, it's blown up to a lot bigger than we thought it was going to be. And you know, we appreciate y'all having us on and making us, you know, part of your podcast. But you know, that's what the Chronicles of the North is about. You know what I'm saying? About giving people their flowers, talking about hoops, North Little Rock athletes in general, and just give people their flowers. You know what I'm saying?
So let me
Well, I want to go
jump
ahead
in
and give
right
my
quick.
flowers. Wait, real quick. Hold on. I want to give my flowers to Shaft, man, because I never knew LeBron sweated in that magazine on Sports Illustrated. So I want to give you my flowers for telling me that. I appreciate that. That was such great journalism right there. I appreciate that for making me say that.
Hey, yo, so let me jump in and say, bro, look, man, going forward and as always, Mark noticed, man, anything I can do, man. Y'all my big brothers that I grew up watching and being around. So like I said, it's a pleasure to get to have y'all on and to be on the Shaft. Man, I know we never really interacted yet, man, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. So, but y'all always, anytime you see it, man, and I always will shoot the link, man. But you're more than welcome to jump on. And that's kind of what got me into this is like, look, man, there's not enough exposure. We talked about it a second ago, man. There's definitely not enough of like us loving on and supporting our own. And that's one of the things I think kind of got me so interested is I see the birthday shout outs, the hype, the getting the chance to, you know, when you do something, somebody pushing behind you and saying, hey, you're doing a great job, man. Good job. You know, with what you're doing. And y'all do that. I see that faithfully every day, man. That's a beautiful thing. And that's why there's so much love that comes back to you and everything that y'all do, man.
Shout out to Wide Out.
Nah, I just want to like being for real, man. Just hearing you guys' story, all of y'all, man. You know, knowing that you guys have talked about like, you know, your upbringing and your upcoming, it's kind of dope to collab with people in the same kind of idea, you know, the ideology of where you're looking at sports, but you're looking at it. It's not just about you talking about sports. You giving other young kids, young adults, an opportunity to maybe, hey, if they doing it, then we can go pursue what we need to do, you know, and that's dope, man. So I commend y'all. Thank y'all so much for that, man. Thank you. All jokes aside, all LeBron sweats aside,
that was right. That was a thing to piggyback off the fellas there from the Court Chronicles. You know, me and Rideout build and play chess and do some things. You know, we're in the same area up here in Northwest Arkansas, and you know, that was one thing, you know, that I seen in the show myself was that from a mental health standpoint, right?
Yeah.
And depression and all of these things that a lot of people are you never know what they're going through and what's going on in their life. And so they don't have the voices that you guys have. So when, you know, you give them, you know, a shout out and, you know, or invite them on as a guest, you know, those things really, you know, help them to understand in the reference of giving flowers that, man, that's what I am, not what I was, but that's what I still have that I can use at this time. Man, okay, I remember when I used to work. Okay, now it's all coming back to me. Thank you. Know they, you know that, you know what I mean. It's like, damn, thank you for giving me that spark again to go out in each day and give that effort that I gave as an athlete. You know what I mean? And damn, I didn't know that all of these people, that's how they felt about me, right? Because but you know, the things are being said that never got said, you know, or told to them in those moments. You know what I mean? So like for you to, and especially from my standpoint, I'm like, man, I'm hearing some wow. I'm like, okay, wow. You know, it's good to hear some of those behind the scenes stories, you know, and for them, you know, they're like, man, I didn't know they felt that way. And, you know, and it uplifts them, you know, we need that, you know, in the culture, you know, some are more that just like you were saying, Blocker, like, man, you know, it's just a starting point in this because it's not like people aren't doing it. You guys, you know, you initiated it, right? Because it's still, you can talk about an idea all day, right? But what I commend you guys for is like initiating it, starting it, and keeping it going. You know what I mean? Because it has to have some sustainability too, right? And it has to continue to, now that you know that people see you in that light, and and they're appreciating you in that light, that's something that you then take on the task of keep to keep going. You know what I mean? Like, again, I don't have my own podcast. You know what I mean? What I do is called Not Out Yet, but anyway. Y'all gave me the opportunity. Y'all gave me the opportunity to to initiate and express some of the very things that I appreciate in seeing what you guys are doing, and in the same regard, you know what I mean? So for real, big salute to y'all, man. You keep it going.
I do want to say, man, it is awesome to like have different people from different walks of life.
That's what life's about, man. Yeah, that's what life's about.
It's dope, and I wanted
what up, T-Mar?
About the youth, man. Like we talk about the youth, and we talking about the upbringing and where we came from. So I come from Brooklyn, New York, man. I'm huge. I'm born and raised in Brooklyn. All over New York, man, basically. So I grew up in the projects, grew up off ramen noodles, peanut butter sandwiches.
What flavor?
What flavor ramen?
Hey, my flavor ramen, man, I ain't gonna lie, man. OG chicken, man.
Chicken.
OG chicken ramen, bro. Like, if it ain't chicken, it ain't kicking.
Right.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. So I know. So you grew up in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah.
They always had the New Jersey Nets. So when the team moved to Brooklyn, I know you've been a Knicks fan.
We consider them outsiders. We don't call them Brooklyn. We call them the outsiders. We don't even mention that team.
Oh, come on.
Even though you born and raised in Brooklyn,
team doesn't exist.
So you're saying Brooklyn didn't embrace the Nets?
Oh, Brooklyn embraced the Nets because they got a great stadium with clubs and VIP and casinos in it. But that's great.
Yeah. But they're outsiders.
Oh, they definitely, man. If you ain't a Knicks fan, you ain't with it.
Okay.
God damn. Okay.
Wow.
We don't like anything New Jersey. Well, look, put it this way. So
they're the Clippers of New York. They're the Clippers of New York.
But you better not go telling us New Jersey Nets.
I'm taking strings out of nowhere.
They're the Clippers of New York, would you say?
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine.
I'm assuming you're a Clippers fan, Blocker.
Yeah, I am.
So what happened to your boy Harden down the stretch, man? What happened to him?
Oh my God!
So I'm gonna tell you what happened to Harden. In Game 6, he brought that porn star girl with him, and that's why he went off. In Game 7, she couldn't make it, and that's why he only had 8 points. I get that.
That what happened?
So what are you saying? He pulled the Jordan Poole? He pulled the Jordan Poole.
He needed some motivation. He ain't getting no motivation there.
Let me ask y'all this: will Harden get a ring?
No.
Unanimously?
No.
Yo, that was the quickest no ever.
That was the quickest no ever.
It's like having a child, and you know what your child is about to ask.
Listen, everybody. There was no. Let me see. Like, no.
Yo, you remember asking your mom to go outside when the lights were out?
Man,
no answer to that. No. Mom, can I have an answer? No.
But you know what? You know who might get one though? Russell Westbrook.
Not with Denver.
I don't know.
Not with Denver. Hey, Coach Joker.
Wait. Not this year with Denver.
Look,
not this year with Denver.
Joker can't do it all.
Coach Joker.
Not this year with Denver.
Coach Joker cannot do it all, sir.
They not beating.
He remind me of what was his name? Mario Lemieux. He was the general manager, the president, the owner, and a player of the hockey team.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It just don't work.
I think Denver has a chance of beating OKC.
Well, I mean, they already beat him once. So,
they beat him once.
They got a chance. We'll
but
see.
How do you come back? Look, man. So you remember how we were talking before the show, and you know, we were saying, man, when you were down, bro, it was like, you know, go ahead and just go ahead and give them, you know, the PS5 controller, and they could just tell them, hey, man, just concede, just give up after 21. Hey, man, I'm done. Yo, you got blown out by 51 points. You in the locker room and you wondering, you looking at yourself in the mirror saying, hey, can I even play basketball?
It's one game.
Seven game series.
It don't matter. If you play a sports game, and I don't care who you are, I don't care what age you are. We could be Teen Pop Warner. You get blown out that bad, you looking at the sport like, should I even be playing this?
Nah, man, nah. But look, we beat them by 35 in game 4, man. It's not. That's one game, bro. They gotta go back to Denver. That's
right now.
That's what I'm saying. We blew them out and they still beat us. And so, like, one of the things I was just about to ask next, what y'all think about that series in particular, because it could go either way with Oklahoma City and Denver. Denver got this, especially with Westbrook and Gordon. They got this ability to fight back and claw. It ain't gonna be pretty. No, it ain't gonna be pretty. Right. But they're gonna fight it and stay in there, man. Them dangerous.
Denver can beat OKC, and once they beat if they beat OKC, the path to the West is clear.
Yeah. Because it's either Minnesota who ain't gonna win it or the Warriors. And
man, I don't know why y'all saying Minnesota can't win it.
Man, y'all better not sleep on Minnesota.
I don't know why y'all saying that.
Sleep on Minnesota.
Listen,
I like Minnesota.
Don't sleep on
Minnesota because I believe Minnesota has Denver's number.
No,
you know
right.
They beat them last year in Denver. 4 games, 7 last
year. You're right.
Y'all remember when y'all mom used to tell y'all remember back in the day when your mom used to tell y'all to stay out of grown folk business? Right? Y'all remember that? All right. So I was going to say this straight up. The damn Denver Nuggets got to stay out of grown folk business because SGA and the Thunder have proven why they are number 1 and why they are the grown men.
This is the thing with
Denver, we're gonna see tomorrow night.
You got rid of your leader 3 games before the playoffs. Okay, all right. I like so.
We know who the leader was. His name was Joker. He's a coach.
What I'm saying, like from a strategy standpoint. Right, they're coming into where they're having to practice a new strategy per se with a new leader per se 3 games before the playoffs, right? So they got past the Clippers. I didn't expect them to get past the Clippers. Like I didn't either.
You're right.
I didn't expect them to get past the Clippers, but now they're past the Clippers and then beat OKC in the first game. Right after playing a couple
after game 7,
right in the game 7. So I was like, damn.
So
man,
are we? So what y'all are saying is y'all are making excuses if Denver loses?
No, not at all. Not at all. I personally like. No, I like OKC. I shoot up.
I'm just saying. I believe
OKC got everything. OKC got everything you need. OKC got everything.
They can win it either way. Yeah.
OKC got they deep, and Caruso is playing his ass off right now.
Playing his ass off. Like
Caruso playing his ass off right now. He can lock up anybody and anything.
So
just to inform y'all, fellas, it's 23-7 Minnesota.
I was just about to say, Minnesota cooking right now. Cooking right now.
Hey, look, I don't care if there's Buddy, there's a Batman, a Robin, or a Draymond Green. No Steph Curry means they ain't seeing no green.
Yeah. They're a different team without
Curry. Warriors are done. We want to sit here and we talk about a team that they had everything going, had every aspiration. Losing Steph Curry to a hamstring injury, that was probably the worst injury that could happen to that team because they were playing and they were fighting and it was fun to watch.
And hamstrings are finicky. That could be 1 week. That could be 2 weeks. Hamstrings is one of those injuries that is heals whenever it's ready to heal. You know what I'm saying? So that could be 2 weeks. That could be 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It could be 1 week. You know what I'm saying?
It could be all of it.
They say he got at least 1 week.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So he's returning in 2 weeks, and by that time it's gonna be a wrap.
Steph Curry, Keith Murray, Ty Curry. Miami. Wolves and
Hey,
6.
look,
Wolves and 5.
Wolves and 5.
hey, I do gotta ask y'all.
Hey, they know they needed him, but we just talked about that when when y'all went live a few nights ago. Like this late in the season, man, that's what it always comes down to. Like right at like you worry, right? Then it's just like, and I'm like, man, this just round one. Like as you keep going and as you keep really like, because this is the playoffs, so people are playing hard, man. You know what I mean? Like, and so
and this time of the year matters. Like, take for instance the Cleveland Cavaliers. The Cleveland Cavaliers are down 2 starters and a bench player that gives you 19 points off the bench.
Yeah,
19 off the bench and 2 starters. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're down. You know what I'm saying? 0-2. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. This time of the year, every single player matters. Your roster, your bench, every single player matters.
Everybody got to get in that role.
Let me ask y'all though. So we talking about the Cavs, and I'm glad you brought that up. Let's go ahead and talk about the Indiana Pacers and what they've done, being up 2-0, and no one expected them to be up 2-0, regardless of the injuries or not. And so was the next man up.
Regardless of the injuries, you got to be happy in Indiana.
But shout out to Halliburton to being able to to do what he did after being chanted, overrated, and coming out and doing what he did. No one expected.
Right.
Yeah. That's my point guard, man. That's my point guard. That's my point guard.
Yeah, right. Look, right. I said that from day one. That was his point guard.
Yeah, that's my point guard.
He called that day one.
We talked about him. Yeah, he's smooth. And that's what people not realizing is this year he's healthy in the playoffs.
Right. In the playoffs. Last year he wasn't healthy in the playoffs.
The playoffs. He won last year.
That's why I kind of want a rematch. I want that rematch with Indiana, man. No lie. Yeah, man, from last year, man, because we weren't healthy and they weren't healthy, so we couldn't give it all, man. Like, we had no Mitchell Robinson.
Yeah, it's looking like that's what it might be, man. I don't
know. Look, man, I'm not saying the Knicks are going to win it, man. I know it's going to be a dogfight. I know, and you can ask Blocka. I sent him numerous amounts of texts last night after the game last night. I think he put me on silent after.
I did. I had to.
I bombarded him with nothing but with Nick stuff.
Hey, I was at work and this lady was asking me. Because I walked in and she was walking in, so she saw the score and she was like, "Wait, the Knicks came back?" I said, "Yeah, they about won." And she was like, "Oh, are you a Knicks fan?" And I was like, "Well, I mean, kind of, but like, my homie is a Knicks fan, and he's gonna be insufferable. Like,
you knew he was gonna be insufferable. Yeah,
I'm not. I told her, I said, look, I'm not. I ain't never really cared about the Knicks one way or the other. I ain't rooting against them. I wasn't, and I guess technically, according to my bet, I still have to. I got to root for them for the rest of the playoffs until the Celtics get back together and get put out. They beat the Monstars last night.
Yeah, I think they get the Pacers in the playoffs and Knicks win.
That's what I mean. Like, look, it's the way it's being paid for the Knicks to go to the championship.
I'm telling you, man.
It's getting
y'all all play 2K.
Because listen.
Oh yeah.
Cat Williams, because now Cat Williams.
2K, right?
Man, listen to me. They signed Mikal Bridges and Cat Williams. All right, Cat Williams is a big man that inside, outside, and he's finally got some confidence. He getting that guard.
Why you call him Cat Williams, man?
The Cat Williams.
Wait.
Why you call him Cat Williams, man?
Not only
that's all I want to call him now, Cat Williams.
Big Cat.
Cat Williams. That's it.
Hey, when did the pimp start playing basketball?
Big Cat. No, for real. Big Cat. Serious business.
He don't got baby powder.
Big Cat going and now he's smacking shit out of people. Big Cat is going at Big Cat is going. No, he going at people aggressive, and just like you said, like if Porzingis not knowing what's going on, like he had a point out, like man, I can't guard this dude, man. Like, man, what are we gonna do right now? And Bridges, he got that confidence right now, man. When they gonna put him on Tatum every time. He long enough.
Don't forget about OG. He had 29 the other night.
I love OG. And OG, his hamstring not hurt.
And he locked up. And he lock up.
Yeah, that's what
And
he's
he
gonna do.
lock
He's
up
gonna
on
play
D.
defense.
Right.
That's
That's
what
what
him and Josh are.
Yeah.
Huh?
You gonna play some defense?
Hey,
now.
y'all all play
Everybody
2K?
they got gonna play hard. Everybody that they get,
Y'all
that
all
they
play
have
2K?
gonna play. Because that's the thing.
I play 2K every damn night.
Yeah, I'm playing.
You play 2K?
I
Y'all all play 2K. The reason why I'm asking, man, y'all ever play GM mode and y'all get to the finals, you know what I mean? Get to the playoff brackets like a number 6 seed, number 17, number 3 team, number 14. And you like, damn, man, what happened to the number 1, number 2? That's basically what I'm watching right now. I feel like this is 2K right now.
Yeah.
Because this is something you don't see. This is something you don't see every day. You don't see this every year when it comes to the end of the game, and towards the playoffs. You don't see stuff like this. You don't see the only team I say that has a 100% probability of going to the finals is OKC. The way they're playing and the way they're performing. Now, who's to say Denver don't come back win this next game? Hypothetically speaking, then we're looking at it like, all right, who's it on? This is the third. Is it SGA? Do they need to play? We sit here looking at that, but we're looking at actually something where we can actually probably say there's no LeBron, there's no KD, there's no Steph Curry, and we're still enjoying basketball.
Yeah, it's a skill. No,
it's good basketball right now.
The league in good hands, man. The league in good hands. You got some young dogs that's next in line that's taking that baton. And I said, take the baton. They not waiting for
right. They
I'm taking.
Yeah,
I'm taking. So league in good hands, man. But even with the OKC thing, I mean, really, do they shoot over 60% from the field and the 3-point again? Like, no.
Yeah.
I mean, so
I'm not convinced with OKC. I need to see more. But I think Denver got a chance to get that ass. Pause.
I don't know which one of y'all mentioned Luka. So somebody said Luka about passing the baton. Well, Luka's sitting down in Cancun wondering what happened. So we don't need to hear nothing about no Luka either.
Luka don't want to play defense.
Hold on.
He ain't gonna be.
Y'all ain't won a chip since '73, man.
Hello.
And of course, I can hear someone like a Laker fan telling me something like that.
I'm just saying.
And guess what? I'm sorry.
I'm just saying.
Yo, how much you want to bet y'all get a new coach next year?
Hey,
what's wrong with JJ?
I don't know about that.
What's wrong with JJ?
Y'all gonna get a new coach.
We're gonna ride JJ.
JJ Redick coming back to ESPN as an analyst.
We should, but they're not gonna do.
They're gonna do him like they did Mark Jackson dirty.
He's gonna be right there on the Lakers sideline next season. Best believe that.
JJ Redick was up there playing 2K, letting them play the whole game, wasn't it? JJ playing straight 2K. He's hard like I think they energy going up and shit because he called timeout.
You know what? But
that energy going. And you got to play a whole nother quarter. Don't worry, guys.
Let me ask y'all this though. Who y'all see the new face of the league though?
Anthony Edwards.
He don't want
Anthony Edwards.
He don't color between the lines.
Hey, they tried to give it. They tried to give it to Tatum. They tried to give it to Tatum years ago when they played Golden State in the finals. They were trying to give it to him. I remember because I noticed he had all of these commercials. Right, it was like man, we'll play just like they started doing with Ant-Man. Right,
yep, they got Edwards doing the same thing
with the Sprite and the the headphones and all of that stuff. But they're like really, he Tatum not a dog. Tatum not aggressive. No, Tatum don't want it like that. You know what I mean? Like, he can't be. And then Ant-Man acting like he don't want to be. They're trying to give that to him. Trying to make it to him.
Too immature.
Right. And then they don't want to give it to a Joker or Luka or somebody like that because they're still looking for that American face. You know what I mean? Right. And so, but I think that I agree. Like Ant-Man should be. He should just.
I know who it's going to. It's going to Kwame Brown.
All right, man. It was good. Thanks for having me on, y'all, man.
Hey, man. So I in that vein, I'm thinking about. So LeBron said that he thought that when they tried to pin it on Ant as the face of the league. LeBron said that he felt like nobody would want that title because of how the media has has you know, made such a mockery out of him. Yeah. So
that man said he don't want it. That man said he don't want it.
That man said he don't want it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who would want to be just beat up like that? You know what I mean? That's literally all it is.
It's gonna be Cooper Flag.
I can see that.
Hey, I can see that though.
Yeah, I can
Look, man,
John Morant he would have got his X straight.
Hey, don't think that they're not gonna try. Don't think that they're not gonna try.
Boy.
Hey, he might shoot you. Be careful. Don't talk about him too much.
They're not gonna try.
Right. Absolutely.
Don't think they're not gonna try for sure.
If he comes in,
John Morant had it. Look, John Morant.
That's who had it. That's who had it. He had the same thing I was speaking on earlier with the commercials and such. That's who John Morant had it. But then they're like, damn, he in Memphis.
But you let your circle, and that's the thing.
He's the only one with Nike right now, I think.
Really? Oh, yeah. All the rest of Nike players is old heads.
Yeah, they New Balance and
Adidas. I didn't think about that.
So what's up with that, man? You know what? So the shoe deals, to me, it's kind of like, so it used to be all the big market teams had all the money, and they was only motherfuckers paying people. Now it's kind of spread out where everybody can pay somebody. Any team gets somebody a max contract. I kind of feel like the shoe deals like that now. Like Nike isn't like obviously Nike's still Nike. You know, they're gonna always be Nike. Right, but you got Puma out here signing the motherfuckers.
You got Reebok
out here signing the motherfuckers. New Balance out here signing. I mean, New Balance has a
and that Etna too. See, they have a lot of these lower market shoe deals. They giving ownership. Shit,
right? Yep. You're right.
Look,
right.
Yeah.
Right. They give ownership as well as contracts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, right now, New Balance got a commercial with Jamal Murray. Who else in that motherfucker? Jamal
Murray, Kawhi Leonard, Cameron Brink.
Cooper Flag is in the commercial.
Flag. He signed with him as well.
Is Maxi in there too?
Maxi in that commercial too. Yeah.
What's that beautiful blonde girl that played for the LA Sparks?
Cameron Brinks.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, New Balance is doing big things right now. You know what I'm saying? So
I was gonna ask y'all about the Agent Wilson.
It's crazy how these shoe deals are going, man. Like, you sit back and you remember, man, we all sitting out, waiting till midnight, waiting for Jordans to come out, with the store.
Right.
But the only reason why Blocker knows anything about New Balance because Kawhi Leonard was in that commercial.
Whoa, hold on now. Now I was raised by these NORFside legends, and everybody had a pair of New Balances. Now we wasn't hooping in them.
Yeah.
We wasn't hooping in them.
Yeah, I bet you any amount of money. Your son say, Dad, let's go out there. You ain't hooping in no New Balances, but you'll say, hey, I got the new Kawhis.
No.
I got these new Kawhis. Let me try these on.
I actually like the New Balance shoes right now. I don't own them.
The hoop shoes.
Yeah. The tournaments, man, they don't look too bad.
Man, them things like orthopedic shoes, man.
Hey,
I get some runners though. You can give me some runners.
Right. The runners clean.
Yeah,
the big end on the side, the big
the big joints.
Yeah. One time, just before those came out, I used to get all of the colors of the basic runners with just man, like seriously, like 4 different colors, man, for real.
You could you couldn't walk out the house without a pair of them for a minute, bro. That was
yes, sir.
That was the run. So I was bringing up Agent Wilson. If y'all hadn't seen it yet, she her they call A1s that just came out. That her signature deal. Yeah,
like they cold.
So cold.
They
and
cold.
sold out. And sold out.
It's dudes.
Man, I heard the word you
like
said.
His dudes wearing them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. A lot of guys got them. A lot of guys.
He said LeBron sweated in the Sports Illustrated magazine. That's what he said.
Hey, bro, you finna let that go down.
Hey,
Nah,
man.
but for real, I didn't hear a word he said though. I don't know what you said, but what was you saying
again,
about Asian shoes?
I was just saying that dudes are buying her shoes.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
nah.
guys are wearing the Asian ones. You know what I'm saying? Because they cold.
Hey, at some point, man, I'm gonna get the new Clarks.
The Caitlin Clarks.
I'm gonna get the new K. I'm telling you, man.
That's where
Who's
Nike's
she
going
with?
to the women.
Who is she with?
She with Nike.
Nike. She with
Yeah,
Nike.
she with Nike. Nike's going to the women.
She getting the green.
They got no choice. So speaking of women, I gotta ask y'all a question, man. So we talking about women, we talking about women's sports, and you know, me and Blocker, we talk about this all the time. How women's sports is, it's a godsend to have. You know, especially with women oppression, back in the day, and it's still going on to this day.
Right.
How y'all feel about women's sports today?
Let me chime in, because like I said, I know we amongst us within our text thread, we talked about this a lot, and I was on the bandwagon early. I still say the best female basketball player that I've ever seen outside Maya Moore is Juju.
Juju hard. Juju gonna be joining the league.
Hard.
Juju.
Yeah.
Juju tough.
Hard.
She's got to get. She in the recovery stage now, but
right.
I hate
But
that happened.
Yeah. But as soon as she get back to business, though,
she cold. She
you know
cold.
what I'm saying? I mean, she nice, man.
Right back in.
Real nice.
I actually can watch.
A girl I like watching play the game, other than Sue Bird, is Kelsey Plum.
Yeah.
Kelsey Plum, Las Vegas Aces. I just like the way she runs an offense. I love the they.
Well, she ain't with us. She ain't with us no more.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still dope knowing that she's still gonna bring something to the table. But she's one of my favorite players to watch on the court.
Yeah.
Right. I think that women's sports has definitely they putting a greater emphasis on it. I can remember when they first even did, the W. I remember the first
W,
draft.
Yeah.
And when it come in and as it has come to now, they're adding more of an entertainment factor to it, as they are men's as well, right? They're adding the drama effect, they're adding the off the court, the Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, they're adding all of the other backstories to give it a little bit more of viewership, like for you to want to watch. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that Iowa and South Carolina championship game, like a couple of years ago, like I hadn't ever been like, man, I want to see what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? Like, all right, what's she gonna do against Don Staley and them cats? Like, I was serious. I had a genuine interest in the women's. Like, I had a genuine interest in watching that game. You know what I mean? And so I think that it's definitely growing. I don't kind of like the way they, try to bring the money into it, like as far as comparing to who wants to watch what, as far as the money, right? Like, oh, why aren't they, women making this much and men making this much? Well, it's what people will want to watch and what's more entertaining. Let's stop making a debate on that, right? Let's stop debating like, what they should make just as much as them then. Like, it's always some kind of men against women type thing, as they're trying to, take away from what's good from women's sports right now. Because from that to track and field to women's track, man, I love, it's with the Sha'Carri Richardson and a lot of the runners, man. Like I love, how they're putting, because she's got a lot of good deals and such, and so I love how they're putting that out there for some of our young ladies to follow and do, you know what I mean, as a career thing, and get into younger and athletes and NILs and whatever else it turns into, you know what I mean? And so, and I will give, Caitlin Clark a lot of credit to putting another, elevating it, right? I'm going to do that, you know what I mean? And so I was so sick of when they tried to make that racial, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
what are we doing with that? But that's what that's what we do. Like, we can't just leave something in the context of something positive about it. We have to keep making people choose sides, right? That's not fair to the overall you know, what came out of it with her having people want to watch by what she was doing with the damn basketball. Nothing else, right? Like what she was doing with the basketball. Like she was clowning, man, and pulling up from, she was doing the stuff in women's college basketball, and that just, you know, that took away from the fact that you don't really see much dunking and all of these other things, you know what I mean? But I think now, from still the ball handling and everything that's going on with that from the basketball standpoint, and of course, again, track, I really love that women's sports is now just getting just as much. I feel like it's getting just as much attention as the men's sport.
Hey, Keyshawn, I know probably everybody have seen it. They probably want to know what's your glove size, because you look like Kawhi Leonard over there with them hands.
Well, got baseball mitts on, don't it?
No, I was a mime in my former life.
My man got oven mitts.
That's what's up.
I do want to ask you this, KC, because I'm interested with your with everybody's perspective on this. You know, about Shedeur. You know, was that some bullshit?
Well, I'm glad you asked, sir. I'm glad you asked, sir. I'm gonna try to make look at my love over there laughing, because I was over here mad like I didn't get drafted. Like she was, I'm here on like day 3. I'm standing looking at TV like this, hey, I was waiting.
Hey, how's you standing again, dog?
Hey, no bullshit. Arms folded, man. Arms folded. No, I'm serious. I was like, babe, look at this. You see this, babe? Like, what? And I was like, okay, never mind. And then I waited, you know, that second day I said, babe, why am I mad right now? Like, why?
Your ass ain't got drafted.
Wait, it was real calm and nice, though. I was like, damn, I'm upset. Why? And so to get to the point, though, seriously, man, where do I go with this one? Because and I love what Deion Sanders. I love what Deion Sanders. Real talk. I love what Deion Sanders is doing for his sons.
Yeah.
I love what LeVar Ball did for his sons.
Yeah.
All right. Let me set the foundation with that. Okay.
And LeBron James doing for his sons too.
And well, look.
2.3.
Well, that's another one. LeBron James is. You know, he does a lot of things, but what he's doing out there and getting and what he's sacrificed to get his son where I can appreciate the black fathers that are doing the things in a positive light, somehow in some way it gets taken into our character, our confidence, and everything that comparing from one person to the next. And like Deion got, you know, his son, he's coached his son all along the way and done what he's done is with him having the highest completion percentage in college. And like he was, you know, Heisman talking, you know, is it him or Cam Ward? And for them to then show him that, you know, you're going to act how we want you to act. You're going to say what we want you to say or whatever we're saying. Because I hate to speculate, Tremont. Like it's so tough. I'm not one to speculate on, you know, it was this or it was that, most definitely. But they know good and well that he should have got drafted earlier.
Yeah.
But a lot of great points been made with this, right? Some people don't want to deal with the fact that Deion could get their job if they're not winning. Okay, right? Dion can get that job if they're not winning, you know. And is there anyone there that's strong enough to deal with those personalities, right? Like you have so many different things of you know, when a person comes and they're like, you know, if you don't want your culture changed, like don't draft me, like, yeah, that could be too far. That could be a little bit too much, you know, to say, but it's like, damn, man, when you play any position in football, there's a level of confidence that you have to get on that field.
To get,
but you can't tame that confidence. Shadour's not cussing anybody out. Shadour's not stealing from anybody, right? He's not getting in any cases with women and such like that. So why are you on this kid's ass for looking good, okay, and saying that I'm a winner and proving that because he did go to Jackson State and do what he did. He did go to Colorado and do what he did. You know what I mean? Now, I will say this, though. How will Shador play without his father?
That's a good question.
He hadn't played without his father. So have they seen? So are they now understanding that's an element that they put into his draft stock as far as him being coachable by someone other than his father? That's a big deal. So in you know, to wrap that up, man, it's funny how frustrated I was that the cat slid or whatever, but in the end, you never know what go, because it was weird when I was hearing that owners were telling GMs and coaches to take him off the board. Owners, all right. We're not talking about the people who do judge the X's and O's. We talk about the people who passing out the checks.
Right.
All right. They said take him off the board. And if you looked at the faces of the people and those, like, man, they knew that it was wrong what was happening. Ain't no need for us to even talk about that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they knew that was that, man, I can't believe we have to pass on this dude. Like, okay, I guess. Ain't no way in hell Pittsburgh shouldn't have drafted him. Right? Ain't no way in hell it ain't no way in hell certain teams should have passed. They don't have in hell the Giants shouldn't have drafted it. You know what I mean? Like, you know, there's a lot of teams that I thought would draft and they didn't draft him, and then I just stopped.
Cleveland passed on them several times before they finally
they finally got him in the fifth. Yeah.
And then, okay, I'm gonna end it on this. Then how humiliating is it then to draft him after you drafted another quarterback?
Yeah, Dylan Gabriel already there.
After you draft another. All right, I'm done. That's over me. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna make my point that I gotta go here. I got a lot of work to do, and I hate to jump off early. But so I think kind of like I'm gonna piggyback off kind of what Keyshawn said. I think they were trying to show him up. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because number one, his draft room,
so many words,
was off the chain. And legendary written everywhere. Now, granted, you ain't done shit yet. You ain't your daddy. So I believe the NFL didn't like this shit. Yeah. I believe this draft room was a distraction because it had legendary written everywhere, had all this fabulous shit set up because he's a rich kid. Of course, he's gonna have that shit set up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
His daddy's, you know what I'm saying? He's supposed to have that shit set up. Right. I believe they use the opportunity to make an example out of him. Then I heard, you know, this is what I heard, that he was in meetings, having certain kind of conversations. You know, some people call his confidence arrogance, because he wasn't, like Keyshawn said, saying what they wanted him to say. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know, tap dancing to the tone they wanted him to dance to. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I believe the league was out to make a point. Okay, because you think you're gonna get drafted the first round. Then, not to mention, then this shit happened. So there was a game right before the season ended where he said, "We know where we going. Like, we know what team we going to, and I'm gonna show you in the cleats that I'm wearing what team we going to." You know what I'm saying? And he has some red and blue cleats.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's gonna be a giant. Yeah.
It's gonna be a giant. You know what I'm saying? So I think all of that. You know what I'm saying? A combination of all those things and just accumulating. I think they set out to make an example out of him.
But let me ask you this, though.
Yeah.
I want to ask you this, though. What's the difference between that and Johnny Manziel? What's the difference between him and Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield, yeah, same thing.
Well,
You want me to say it? You want me to say it?
Right here. This one versus
I have to, okay. I have to say it now. I'm gonna say it.
Hey, y'all,
Without
hold on
saying-
real quick. I ain't trying to be rude, but Anthony Edwards just got walked back to the locker room, man. I don't know what's going on.
Oh,
Yeah, he was on the ground holding his like his ankle or something. Lower ankle.
no.
He got helped out.
They up 17 too.
As long as it ain't his knee.
Yeah.
As long as it ain't his knee. Hey, listen.
Hey,
listen.
so I wanted to get on here and talk real quick while y'all were talking. I was sitting here listening.
Shocker.
Keyshawn, man, I was definitely listening to you when you were talking about, black fathers and, having your sons out there, especially with like LeVar Ball and especially with Bronny James.
Mm-hmm.
Like you sit back and you look at that, and you as a dad, you definitely got to be, proud. It's a proud moment.
Yeah.
But I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think Deion was playing too much into the part of trying to be that negotiator, and then Shador being that person and saying, I don't want to play for this team. I'm this, I'm that. And you see Travis never said that. You notice the difference. But here's my thing. But here's my thing, though. Okay. You notice the difference in Travis Hunter just because he was Heisman Trophy winner. Who was throwing him the ball? Shador Sanders. So he ain't getting. He's not breaking that record if there's no Shador Sanders.
Absolutely.
Like if you look at that, and I'm not taking anything away from Colorado and what they did. They won 12. I mean, over what 10 games. You sit back and you look at it like, all right, great.
Yeah,
but Travis Hunter did not get on there talking shit the way he got on these interviews and talking. I'm number one.
That's
I'm
the
gonna be
difference.
drafted by this.
That's the difference in a free rich black man in Shador Sanders. All right, and one of Travis Hunter's upbringing. I didn't see Travis Hunter's father. I didn't. His
father was in jail. His father had to get out.
All right.
He considers.
All right. So that's another point. That's another point with the league. The league wants to draft those. This is my personal opinion. Right. The league wants to draft those kinds of players over one that's, Shador didn't need, they have money, his family is good, and so forth and so on. So Prime is trying to come in and try to have that same flex as ownership. I'll throw this point in there too. Prime said we're not playing for Cleveland, and what you think the owners made a point to do?
Well, here's my thing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest with you. If it's my moment, I don't care if my dad played in the Major League Baseball league for years. Okay. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I don't care if my dad was a Hall of Famer. I'm gonna take my dad's advice, but at the end of the day, this is my legacy. This is what my journey is bringing. But my dad needs to leave me alone.
They have a business. They've always had a business. They've got a brand. Him and the father are synonymous. They come. They're one and the same. They're one and the same.
I'm not saying I don't. KC, what I'm saying is I'm not saying I don't get that, but what my issue is though, at some point, look, man, you gotta we're all fathers here, man. I got a daughter. We all got kids.
What did you want Deion? What did you want Deion not to do? What did you want?
But here's my thing: at some point, you gotta let them flourish their wings out a little bit, man.
What did you want Deion not to do? What did you want Deion not to do? What do you think?
I didn't want Deion to be all up in it. Honestly, if Deion would have left it alone and let him just be an agent, let him have an agent and run and make his decisions, let him make his decisions as a man. That's part of growing up. We can't keep coddling these kids.
I want you to talk to
Did Arch Manning? Did Arch Manning do too much too?
Right. I want you to talk to.
I'm not saying Arch Manning did anything. All I'm saying, look.
I want you to talk to Chad Johnson. I want you to talk to Terrell Owens about having people handle your financial affairs. Like his dad's trying to do everything he can to get his son in a position of some things that he knows that he can pull. And I respect that. And even Prime, because I'll say this to play devil's advocate, even Prime understands that he should have held back or shouldn't have said certain things.
Y'all,
But
I got a question.
I really think that's due to just what happened, right? Because Prime he's a man enough to say, "Damn, I made a mistake. You know what? Damn, I probably could have done something different." But hey, had it worked out, he wouldn't have said a damn thing. Like he know that he was.
I got a question for you. Y'all watch high school? Y'all pay attention to high school football?
Somewhat.
A little bit. Not too
All right, man. So you guys got to know who Greenwood Kane Archer is, right?
Okay.
Who?
Kane Archer.
Heard
no.
2026, number one QB recruit.
Okay.
Basically, he's a 4.5 star. Going to be a 5-star at the end of this year.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Everybody thought he was going to commit to Arkansas.
Okay.
He had so many scholarships offered to him. He signs with UCF. Okay.
Yeah.
I want you to understand he signed with UCF. His dad had no play into it. You want to know what his dad's response was? It was his sole decision and his decision to make, because that's how grown men become men. I'm not saying Deion Sanders did not need to be there to make sure those financial things were there. I'm saying Deion Sanders should have taken a step back and not tried to take that moment away from him and let him make those decisions himself where he wanted to go. You get drafted into a league.
I agree.
There are thousands of players that don't get an opportunity to play in this league. They don't care if they the kicker or the punt holder or the kick or the guy holding the ball.
There's a time and a place for a lesson. There's a time and a place for a lesson.
Yes,
when
true.
You're about to go into your professional career and make millions of dollars, I don't want you to handle it your damn self. But if you're going to college, if you're going to a college XYZ and the third, those are my point with that. Those are two different kinds of decisions.
No, I get you.
Decision making, right? Then we're talking about pro football. We're not talking about UCF or college, right? In which the NIL, they do get money and such like that now. But Prime understands right here where I'm not going to be with my son. I'm going to make sure that he goes to the best possible place because I've done what he's done and been.
So the best possible place was where he was going.
And what we're talking about here is that he just wanted to make sure, man, that hey, this is my son making the right decision. I'm going to do everything when I know that I'm really, because this is a father letting his son go. This is not just. Right? This is not just you go do what you want to do. No, he's been with this guy since he stopped playing football. This has been his driving motivation, right? Outside of doing his sports analyst and stuff like that, his son gave life back into him, with football and such and being hands-on and such like that. And so now at this point, he's like, damn, I'm handing this over. They just don't want to let go. I've seen it with family members and a nephew or a cousin or a brother, this and that, and the third, and somebody that's played ball, like, man, they really want to be involved. You know what I mean? Like, and they really don't want them to make the same mistake that they made. And they know, like, hey, man, this is the kind of power you really have. So this, And so for me to close it out, I just feel like they wanted to show us, like, dude, you don't have no power here. Like, let me go ahead and humble you real quick. Fall back, right? Because would that have happened had Prime not been involved, right? You know what I mean? Like, we never know. Like, so because I still think, and listen, let me say this too. I'm not saying that I got some Shedeur Sanders socks and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not.
I thought you had those.
You know what I mean?
And I'm not going to let this go. I thought you had the Sports Illustrated cover.
Hey, real talk. I didn't watch every, Colorado game, and I wasn't on it like that. I was a huge Prime fan. I always will be a huge Prime fan, and I don't like, Shedeur, everything about how Shedeur delivers and does what he does and everything. Like, so again, from his interview standpoint and him failing from that aspect. Like I got it from the character aspect and the body language and what you say and this and then the third. Like I got it. If they judged him off that and they kicked him back a few rounds, cool. But you're interviewing for something that you do on the field. And so I was just like, all right, I don't know how this process works anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and let y'all handle that. And I'm not sure why this is happening. Okay, he got drafted by the Browns way back here behind another quarterback. So you know, it was just at that point now I just didn't get it. I don't get it.
Look, at the end of the day, and I'm not trying to take away, as I said, you know what I mean, I understand everything you're saying. It's just, to me personally, if I'm an owner, I don't want no parts of the outside noise. I want what's going. Once you get drafted, it's because you know what it's like. Y'all play sports. You in here, you in this huddle. You if you in this huddle, your parents ain't in this huddle.
Right.
That's right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, and that's just me just thinking about that. Like, you playing that game, your parents ain't there. They can support you, but they ain't in there making those plays. They ain't in there making that pass. They ain't in there making that steal. It's those things that I look at, and I think owners looked at that like, all right, what you said. One thing that I piggyback off what you said. There was no such thing as we weren't going to humble him. They humbled the hell out of him. I don't care.
That was the ultimate goal, man.
Yeah.
Like, look, man, we know you are a good quarterback. We know you can throw the ball. We know you can make that read. We know you know what a cover 2 looks like. We know you know what that looks like. But let me go ahead and let you know your daddy is not going to always be here. You have to make those decisions. And this is what I'm meaning, as in Deion should have let him know. I get it. You were that person back in the day. You were primetime. You still are primetime in my eyes. One of the greatest DBs to ever play the game of football.
Yeah.
One of the greatest punt returners, kick returners ever. But I tell you one thing. I would want to tell my dad, if my dad was that person, I would say, hey, Dad, let me make this. I've watched and I've learned from everything you have showed me and taught me. Let me make this. If I mess up, I still have you in my corner, but let me make this decision.
For me, I would say I want my black father to be there in the representation of a decision I'm making when the narrative on black fathers gets shitted on so much.
That's fair.
That would be mine. That would be mine. So I would never take away from a black father coming and being in the limelight, saying what they're saying. This dude doesn't curse. This dude doesn't like it is the track record's clean as far as those things go. And so that's what I mean. Like I can only tell you, I told you the LeVar Ball, I told you of Deion Sanders, and now I'm trying to figure like, okay, are there more black fathers that have got in that limelight? And I like that as an image in this showcase world of showing people that
perfect example, Casey. Perfect example. If you want to say another father that does not get talked about, Tiger Woods' son, Christian Woods.
The Serena sisters' father, like that movie, like that King Richard. Did y'all watch that?
We see him. We
like,
talk
that's
about
it
that
right there, though. But that's the prime
we
example.
See here
right
talking
there.
about that, but like we talking about like look, man. What if I'm not mistaken? Wasn't Tiger Woods the first billionaire athlete?
Man,
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, especially with his golf games, all of that. Now he went through all of that. His son is better. His son is out there making money.
Right.
And I said,
Charlie.
He did the same thing. He did the same thing, but no one talks about it.
Yeah,
because he keep it quiet. Yeah.
He kind of made a name for himself.
Exactly. All I'm saying is about making the name for yourself, man. Like, that's the reason why they call Bronny. He wanted a name for himself, not because his dad is LeBron.
Yeah, he changed his name too. Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, sometimes I get it, man. I grew up in an all-black household. I know. I didn't have my dad either. But I tell you one thing, if my dad was around and I'm making a major decision and you were some type of major something in the world, look, I still want to make this decision because I got to make this decision for myself. This is my legacy I'm building for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, And that's what I'm saying. Look, man,
right
Shadua's gonna be all right, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Shadua's gonna be all right, and it's not because of the money that he's made or anything like that. He's in a good system.
Yeah,
I think they drafted well. They made it a basic QB with Deshaun Peepin looking ass in the corner. You know.
What you think, Rod? What you think, Rod?
I'm just saying, Deshaun Watson peeping in the corner like, hey, man, that could have been me. But I had all of this issues going on. Yeah, that you shouldn't even be playing playing football. You robbed Cleveland. But to say, though, he's in a good position that he could still, at an opportunity within 2 years, get traded to a team he wants to play for or become the franchise player of that team. Who knows? It's all if he buys into the system and buys into what he's getting into.
Man, to be honest, man, I think that at the end of the day, the kid has the right attitude about everything. Like even the fact that as late as he went to the draft, he still embraced it with a smile. So for somebody like that, it's just for him to get his foot in the door, and he's gonna put the work in. Yeah. I think everything was like y'all just said to humble them, just kind of like I guess while y'all were talking, I think some people got a power trip that who kind of running things that you're not gonna come in here and tell us and who you're gonna play for. It's not gonna be like that. So they just show them a little bit, man. Show them who really running things, who's the owner, but you're gonna still have to get out there and perform. Like I said, the kid embraced everything with a smile, man. He took it like it was the first round draft pick. So I think he's gonna be all right. He's gonna get in there. His talent gonna do all the talking. He's been doing that the whole time anyway. So
I like the fact that his brother got picked undrafted to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Shiloh Sanders got picked up. I like that. I like that a lot.
Shiloh gonna get in and work for sure.
I like his brother's game, man. He a hitter, man. Yeah. He a hitter. I like his brother's game. They're gonna Ty Bowles gonna definitely find something for him. If he can make the team, that he gonna, they're gonna try to develop him. He's a good athlete.
It's always let's go Washington up in here, by the way. Left hand up for we the Commanders.
Boo. So look, man, I gotta tell you, bro, it's been a blast having y'all on, man, for sure, man. And definitely we're gonna do this again. But like I tell everybody, man, if I can do anything, and I told y'all before, I say it again, man, if I can do anything at all, please do not hesitate to contact me, man, because like I said, in particular with y'all, man, y'all big brothers to me. Y'all, I wouldn't even know any of y'all if it wasn't for my big brothers, as a matter of fact. So I definitely appreciate that, man. So look, before we go, tell everybody where you can find your podcast. Ain't nobody tell you to be a Clippers
fan, so don't put that on your big brothers.
You wish the Knicks could be as good as the Clippers. But look, man, before y'all go, man, tell everybody where to find the podcast, and what y'all got going next, man.
Please like, subscribe, and follow the Court Chronicles from the NORF podcast on YouTube. We have a Facebook page as well that we keep updated, and we keep it going every day. So just please check us out. Check out some past shows. We definitely have you get you guys on, and man, let's like I said, chop it up again via sports and just all things sports, man. So we definitely appreciate you guys for having us on.
Yeah, definitely.
Hey man, I definitely appreciate you guys, man. You guys were awesome. You guys were a blast. Don't mind me giving Blocka all the shit in the world. Damn, I don't know how much money is going into this swear jar for this today's episode, but I know I don't put a lot in it. Just because this is bragging rights show, I'm gonna call this the bragging rights episode. I'm bragging. I'm talking my shit. The Knicks. I want you to know that, and don't forget. I'm a Met fan, baby. We got the number one record in the league right now, so I don't want to hear nothing else either. So I'm gonna let you know that right now. It's all blue and orange over here.
We got you, brother.
I got you. Well, look, man.
Appreciate y'all having us, brother.
It was definitely a pleasure being with y'all, man. Thank you for allowing me, to give y'all a little bit of some shenanigans of me, and allow me to embrace y'all a little bit with my stupidity and things like that, man. I try to have as much fun as I possibly can, especially when I'm on this show. Blocka told me yesterday, don't go overboard. And I literally was like, okay, that's the first thing I said. Yeah, he knew damn well that wasn't gonna happen, man.
Yeah, well, we know exactly what that's gonna be. Keyshawn, you got anything before we go, baby?
Yeah, make sure you like and subscribe to Ain't Got One podcast. No, just playing. But no, of course, man. I appreciate y'all having me on, man. I you know, to be able to talk about a lot of the things that we talked about today, and several other things. I've always desired to do the same thing, and like I said, I admire you all's the courage that you have and the time that you put into it outside of everything else you do. To come over here and share the things you share, give your backstories and such like that. And coming soon, and I'll be in the same regard with fitness, health, and wellness, amongst many other topics and such like that. But now it's just you can look me up on Facebook at KishanCotton.com. That's KISHANCOTTON. On Facebook, and on Instagram, 360 Cotton 365.
Yeah, gotcha.
Bless.
Gotcha.
Well, I definitely want to say, man, I want to give a shout out to Shaft. Shaft was in left a little while ago, but I definitely want to ask him, can I get that autograph Sports Illustrated cover? I definitely want that.
The sweat edition.
If you tuned in, I definitely want that autograph.
The sweat edition.
Yeah, I want the sweat edition.
The one where he was 16. No, the one where he was 16. No.
Yeah. Definitely want that. I want that autograph on there, man. But nah, man, shout out to you guys, man. You guys were amazing. It was fun. Blocker, thank you for introducing me to these guys, man. I had fun today, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. Well, look, as I always say, man, tough times don't last. Tough people do, man. Thank y'all for watching.
Before you go, who's the greatest basketball team in the league?